Hello everyone, Dracsfantastic here. I'm going to start a new Let's Play series, a playthrough from the start, and I think I'm going to make it a little bit more challenging than I normally play. I feel like I've been playing the game for a while, I've got a good grasp on the basics, and I wanted to do a series of Let's Play playthrough for YouTube that people could watch. I've had a lot of people come to me and say, hey Drax, come on, we need more content from you, and I think this will be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So let's get started and let's generate a new world. All right, here we are, single player. We're going to create a new world. I'm going to call it something original like Dracsfantastic Adventure Time. Yeah, that makes sense, right? That's a cool title. People will be like, oh yeah, we gotta watch that. There's going to be adventure and time all in one. I looked at all the different ones and I thought, let's just do a standard and we'll customize the heck out of it, right? So standard, world height, we're going to keep the same. I think we should do something fun like Dracsfantastic Seed, so everyone can play the same seed if they want to. We'll see what happens. Survival, temperature, I'm going to keep the same. Random block spawn 50, that's fine. Grace timer, no. I want the monsters to spawn immediately. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I think it's fine. If we die, it's going to drop our inventory. You can keep the inventory, but I think this is good. We're going to enable the seasons, of course. We're going to have infinite lives. Lung capacity is 40 seconds. I saw someone bump this up to 60 seconds or 2 minutes so you can like do some real good swimming underwater. And I kind of like that. If we find something, I guess I answered my question on like, hey, how do you go to the caves under the water? It's this, right? Like you just change the breathing underwater to 60 minutes and then you just wander around at the bottom of the ocean. Let's bump this to 60 seconds. And then days per month, I'm going to keep the standard 9 days. True winters, block gravity, we're going to keep with sand and gravel. Allow underground farming. I'm going to turn that on. Maybe we'll get into that at some point. Body temperature, creature hostility is at aggressive. We're going to keep that. Creature strength, normal. Player hit point, we're going to keep the same. Hunger rate is normal. I think I almost want to like bump that up like slightly faster just so that we have like a little bit more of a, like reason to eat more often. Because I just see like you get to a certain point in the game and you just produce so much food that you're like, I have an abundance of food. I still think a really cool thing on the food front would be if you could like lose a crop you can lose a crop to freezing, or like locusts come and eat all of your crops. All right, let's see, where the heck was I? Walk speed, normal. Food spoilage rate, should we bump that up to 150? Tree sapling growth, everyone changes this to normal. I'm with them. Tool durability, we'll keep the same. Mining speed at 100%. Pro pick distance, we're going to leave it 6 blocks. Global deposit spawning at 100%. I'm not going to change this. I'm not a big chiseler, right? People say that about me. Drex, when I met you, I thought this guy he's not a big chiseler. Coordinated word map, lore content, yep. Temporal storms, approximately every 10 to 20 days. So that's like literally every month or every other month. I'm going to keep, I'm going to keep it the same. Temporal storm strength, let's make it a little longer just to make it a little harder. Visible temporal gears respawns 20 times. So that's when we put down our bed. I think that's fine. And I'm a big fan of like sleeping during it because there's just sometimes you're like right in the middle of a build, or you're right, especially early game, and you're just like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this shit right now. But I feel like as you move along, you will do it. Like you'll get to a point where you're like, I'm always fighting. Like I'm like, oh cool, there's a storm, let's fight them. Let's see, climate distribution, realistic, land cover scale, upheaval rate, how common geological upheaval should be. Large scale hilly terrain, that seems cool. Geologic activity, rare. This is the new like pools of death, I'm guessing. And let's just keep it at rare. World width and world length, 1 million blocks. 1 million blocks. I mean, that's just ridiculously huge. World edge, you can fall off of it. I like that. I think this will allow us to reach the equator and maybe see a bunch of, like 100,000 blocks. Like in our lifetime, we're never going to do that. I've been putting it at 10 on some of my other like short playthroughs that I've done just to see how far I can run. Let's put it, I know me. I'm not the biggest explorer in the world. Let's put it at 10. So at least we can kind of see we can maybe make it to one of the maybe we can make it to the equator, right? Global temperature, normal. Precipitation, normal. normal. Let's see, surface copper. This is rare. And I think that's fine. I've been changing this to rare as well, just so you can see tin on the top. Snow and ice enabled, yes. Land claiming, I'm going to turn off. Classic, we're going to turn this off so that we can make bows and stuff because we've never done it before, and we don't need an auction house. So I think that in terms of like, oh, is it a little bit harder? I think it is a little bit harder. We turned some of the little things up, and then we'll talk about mods here in a minute as well. But I think this is, for me, this will be a challenge. This will be a challenge. It'll also allow us to build some stuff and just, have a good time. Have a good time. All right, so let's hit apply, and then we're going to hit create world. And now the fun begins because we get to decide whether this is going to be a good world or not. I've done this before where it spawns me in the middle of the water. And you're just like, wait, how is this a start? This isn't Raft, right? All right, there I am with a mohawk, looking good. Man, that's great. I am boring. I don't want to say I'm boring. I make sort of the same guy every time, and I think that's great, right? Harmonica. Let's see. I do classic. I like the classic. I don't have any hair extras. My face is always kind. I'm not upset. And then whisk. Let's see. We do fat walrus, and then what is it? It's like shaggy full, and then it's orange. Look at that. Is it shaggy full or is it clean full? I think it's clean full. I think that looks like me, right? Just a good looking guy. All right, and we'll hit confirm skin. And then I'm always a malefactor because I like foraging. I like pilfering. I love this detection thing, right? Like you can get up on an animal and like he doesn't really fall at you. Now you're frail, you get less hit points in range distance, and I'm nervous, right? I don't do very much melee damage, but I'm not, I'm a lover, not a fighter, so it works for me. And then you can build a sling, but we took that off, so everyone can build a sling. So I like this class. I like it a lot. I've gotten used to it, and so we're gonna play it again. All right, so then let's take a look at the map. Well, it put us right on some big gravel here, which will be good because we'll be able to find copper very easy. So we got some water, some trees, looks windy. We can look here and see the temperature 7. The rainfall in this area is uncommon, and there's high rift activity. All right. So my note to everyone who plays this game is in the very beginning, do not wander far from your spawn because you're going to die. It's going to happen, and you're going to have to run back. And so as we progress, we're going to build more houses. We're going to get farther away. We're going to find teleporters. We're going to do all sorts of stuff. But I think like the easy rule is don't wander too far. So as I say that and look at this map, I like to be near the water. It looks like we've got some ruins here, so maybe that's where we start. Should we talk about our mod settings really quick? Let's hit save the world really fast, and let's talk about mods. I installed some base mods, and some of them actually are like a little OP, but I decided that I would keep them. This is just, let's just run through them really quick. Alternative map icon render. This just makes it so you can see the icons better. Animal cages. Running animals down is a pain in the ass. This is such a great add-on, and it should be in the game. BetterRuins is something that I think is, I think it's such a game changer, and it just adds this level of excitement in exploring that is in the game, but this just takes it to a whole nother level. Those of you who know, it's so much fun. I've never played with better traders, but I decided to turn it on this time because I've read some good stuff and I've seen some great videos, and the traders are just more robust. I think the traders are kind of boring in the game. Like it's the same stuff over and over again. So I'm interested to see how that plays. This is just a common library. Extra overlay shows the health meter. This helps when you're trying to catch caged animals. I think it's kind of cool. Some people might be like, it's OP, you can see their health, but it's great. I have HUD clock turned off because I'm running status HUD this time, and we may switch back and forth. Prospector info, which I hardly ever use, but it's always on. This is the essentials code, which is just on. The tree mod, I'm not doing anything with this tree mod except for showing resin on both sides of the trees. Just makes it easier to see the resin when you're running. I call this tree mod for me the neck saver, because I'm always like craning my neck backwards to see like, hey, what is there I'm looking for that resin. Is that on both sides of the tree? This is just code, which is off. The creative mode code, that's part of it. The essentials is you need this to run some of these other mods. And then Waypoint Colors, this just gives you a bigger range of waypoints, colors. So it's a bigger palette, if you will. And then the inventory tweaks is a fantastic mod. I have talked about it on my stream a million times, but I do not understand games that do not put a sort button in your bags. I am one of these people that just presses that sort button all the time. And some games have great sort functionality. This game has zero sort functionality. And it's like one of my very few like, oh boy, I can't believe this game. For the most part, this game is perfect in every single way, and it'd be a 5-star review if it had built-in inventory. This mod is fine. It does the job. It's kind of dirty, but it's good. All right, those are them, and I'll post those in the show notes, I'll post those in the notes below in the YouTube. So if you want to find them and install them, the HUD mod I'm running is new, and I'm sort of on the fence about it. It's right down here, and it shows, and I've got it. The really cool thing is that you can move these anywhere on the screen. And so you can put them here, you could put them over here, you could put them on the side. So it takes a little bit of like some typing and some patience, but once you get it where you have it, then you're really happy. And I like it a lot because it's like, I'm used to running the other HUD, which is up here in the top left corner, and it's big. And this is just sort of blends right into the HUD, right? It tells you the day, the time, it's sunny, and the temperature, if it's windy. And then there's some other stuff that'll be like, we're indoors over here. I have like armor if it's bad. I think there's something else that comes up here. My only problem with this is it does not have a countdown timer to tell you how long before the storm comes. And so you have to have a feel for it. And I was on the fence right before I started this to say, hey, do I switch back to the other HUD? So sometime during this playthrough, over the next however many weeks, we may switch back. But for now, this is it. And I've gotten used to kind of looking down here. I think And this isn't a game breaker, because all this is doing is taking this information in the C and putting it down here so you can see it. And for those of you who have played Vintage Story, those of you who are new, like the most important thing is, what day is it? What time is it? And what's the temperature in my mind? Because that shows you like, I'm freezing to death. I need to go to bed. And oh man, the seasons are going to change in reverse order there. All right, so like I said, I think I always try to find some ruins because you get some easy starter materials. So let's just run down there. And it doesn't look like it's too far if we die. Remember, we set it so that it would be 50 blocks. It's been a while since I started new, so I've got to remember that I literally don't have anything on me. Drax needs to remember how to start the game. And by the way, this is one of my favorite parts of any of these kind of games is the start, like trying to get it together, right? And I think I'm such a laid back guy these days that like there's some urgency in this beginning. All right, we got very lucky and we don't have any bags yet. We found some flax right away, which is huge. We're going to take all of this because we need these seeds. And I have a great video that explains about farming and why you should take them all instead of leaving them in the ground. All right, focus, Drax, focus. Going south. We're going south. Here's a berry bush. And remember, when the beginning of the game, the berries they just started like you, so there'll be no berries on bushes yet. Oh, I lied. There won't be a lot of berries on bushes. All right. Oh, this is so, I love the beginning of the game. I love it. I love the start. Our whole world is in front of us. All right, I'm pulling some bushes here just to get some sticks. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to see. This could just be a rock out carving too, by the way. All right. And then we're going to need to find reeds, which is going to be a problem, I think, because there's not a lot. Oh, right there. Oh, this is a new trader. That's what this is. Hello, friend. All right, good. So he's a clothing trader. And he's got some clothes. Sweet. And there's some onions on the ground here. And we need these reeds. But we need a knife. And... oh, I know. I just was like, how do I make a knife? All right, so that didn't really help us in terms of like starting material. And then let's mark this trader on the map so we remember where he is, right? And we'll just give him a fun color. There he is. So we're just looking. There'll definitely be some ruins. We're just not going to find any. So do we settle... man, hard choices. I like to be near the water. These reeds we're going to take with us as soon as we find some flint. I wasn't looking for flint. Were you looking for flint? I wasn't looking for flint. It was looking for me. Oh, I was like, is that a dead fox? That's not a good sign. Hey. All right, so we picked that up. So we need this flint because we need to make a knife blade. So that we can cut some of those reeds so we can make a basket. And at the rate in which I'm doing things right now, and you can see this is part of the sort mechanism, we are going to be living in underground for the first day because I'm moving so slow. All right, let us pull these. Oh boy. And I think this is the right order to do things. We want to be able to make some bags so we can continue to just pick up stuff as we go along. And honestly, our first house could be in the side of this mountain here. I was really hoping this was going to be a ruins. It would make the start so much faster and easier. All right. And we can look at the time, it's 11. And I just think that like the first day, like there should be some pep in your step because it will get away from you much quicker than you think. All right. And then as I always tell everyone, what's your best friend? H is your best friend. We're going to make some hand baskets. And the cool thing about the survival handbook is that it always it always puts these ones at the top, right? It knows what you're going to do first, but you can search anything, right? So you could say hand basket, and then there it is. And then it's going to tell you, hey, you need these. So we need 2, 4, 6, 8. We need 10. We have 20, which means we can make 2 of them, right? 1, and we put it in the bar, and 2. Cool. And now we can see, look, we've got some storage. So now we can, like, this flax is like the most important thing we have. These seeds are that we're going to eat this grain. We got some grass. That's great. We got some sticks. We need to keep picking that up. Grass is simple. You just need a knife and you can pick it up off the ground. We're going to need this for a bed and for our starter fire. So, I'm famous for never having enough grass on me and then realizing that I don't have grass and it's the dead of winter and it's hard to get. So pick up some grass. I'm tempted to pick up these onions, but we know exactly where they are, so we're probably just going to leave them for now and we'll come back for them, at least for the seeds. Looks like we've got some more grain over here. What is this? Yeah, more flax. I know I said pull it, but we know exactly where it is because it's right by the trader. So we'll come back and pick all of this up, and maybe the flax will have come up out of the ground in the next couple of days. This is my exception. Like if it's by your house and it's in the wild and it's in late stage like this, let's let it grow and then harvest it, pick it up, and put it into the ground in our farm. All right, I don't know exactly where I want to be, and that's a bit like. The dilly-dallying is going to be a bit of a problem later. So, I mean, do we settle here? This looks kind of mountainous. We could put ourselves down here in this cool pit. Let's go look at that. How far is it? Not as far as you think, Drax. Not as far as you think. I break for Flint is the bumper sticker I have in my butt right now. All right. Oh, and we are also going to pick up this. What is this? Hey, mushrooms. Cool. Food is going to be tough in the very beginning. And I remember the very first time I played this game, I was like, I can't do this because the burn on food was so fast. And I turned it up, remember, in this version. And I'm telling you that once you get to the cooked version of food, it's a lot better. It's not as brutal, but we've got a little ways before that's going to happen. Hello. Well, some animals. All right. We got to keep finding, as we see the berries, pick them, pick those berries. Where am I going? I'm going right over here. A lot of beautiful flowers in this area. All right. Good. Well, I don't know about this either. We're kind of far from, I broke my rule, right? The spawn, we should have marked the spawn somewhere in here. So it's not an awful run. Maybe along this lakeside here. It opens up. What is this? All right, just keep pushing, Drax. Just keep moving. What is it? I break for Flint? Yep. Wow. This is actually not a bad spawn area. Here's some more flax ready to go. Really lucky. Really lucky. I like it. I like how you can see it over there. See it? It's just kind of sticks out. More of these mushrooms. Did the game know that like I turned up the food consumption? All right, this is good. Yeah, and I can't stress this enough. As you see food in the early game, just pick it up. You won't later go, oh man, I really wish I wouldn't have picked up this food, because there'll be no food in your bags to say that to you about. Look at all this flax. All right, these flax and these mushrooms, what is that, spelt? Hey, about halfway through this first knife. I mean, finding this much mushroom in the very beginning. And so the mushrooms are tied to the block, to the chunk. So there'll always be mushrooms in this area somewhere. I mean, if we were to be cool, let's say, and, oh, by the way, someone was asking me yesterday in stream, hey, how do we center the map? Spacebar. To be smart, we would do something like this, where we'd say, hey, there's mushrooms here. That way we can come back to this area, and because we know mushrooms are going to spawn. Here's some rye. All right, where was I going? I was going to go right over here. So let's, over the mountains and through the woods, to Drax's house we go. All right. Oh, yeah, I think this is going to be it. What is this right here? These two things, I don't know what they are, but they're maybe just wood. Yeah, I think this is it. Look at how beautiful this is. A little lake, some flat, nice area to grow. This is just a weird tree that's outcropping here. No, that's ruins over there. You see them? Perfect. Perfecto. All right, this is it. Also close to the water here. Yeah, I think this is it. Of course, there's a little bit of reeds right there. And where else is it gonna look? Oh, there's like some more. This is just a tree that's on the... It's windy. Rainfall in this area, common, 16 degrees. Yeah, I think this little valley here, and we'll level it off and we'll build a little hut. Should we mark it? Mark it. let's mark it right here. And let's give it an orange color. And then we can do one other thing too. So you see I've marked it here on the map, and we can say pinned, which is what we want to do. And therefore, in the map on the top right corner, you'll see that it never goes away. And as we get farther away from it, it'll get stuck on the edge of the map. So that we can always kind of find our way back to it, right? All right. We are burning fuel. We're burning. Hey, all right, look at this. Clay. Fire clay so close to the house. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Let's just get over here and take a look at this. We can't. Well, we can punch a couple of these blocks away. I mean, what we're really hoping for is in any of these runes, especially with the BetterRuins mod, we're hoping that maybe we'll get some cool tools. These are great bricks. Ooh, I like these blocks. Just a little bit of fish. All right, just looking around here. I'm looking for a vessel. That's what I'm looking for. An easy break vessel. Hello? No. I just realized I don't have any other blocks on me. I don't know that we can take those out quickly. We're punching this with our hands. Hilarious. Oh boy. Bear with me, folks. Oh, we've got some metal parts there. The vessel could be buried. Or there's no vessel at all, which I'd be fine with, right? Okay, so there's some great stairs here we can come and pull. Yeah, maybe we take a shovel to some of this gravel. Yeah, it's good. It's very good. This is a nice find. Let's take a look at the map. Lots of trees over here we can come and pull down. All right. So let us get more flint. These fish are going to come in handy later. Don't let them know what's going to happen to them. Oh, look at all these reeds. Let us pull these like out of the ground. And we're going to move these closer to the house. Reeds in the beginning are incredibly important. You use them for everything. And then early in mid-game, you're going to use them to build bandages. So having a bunch of reeds close to the house that you're constantly farming, trust me, pick them up, move them close to the house. They don't need to be in water. I would actually say do not put them in water, because when the water freezes, when the winter comes, trying to get these reeds out of here means you got to break the ice first and then pull the reed. And you'll be like, Drax, what are you doing to me? Why didn't you tell me that? This is miserable. All right, let's pull these, and then let's start thinking about building a mud hut to live in as our first night. So you can see it down there. It's 1700 now. We probably have, there's the sun, probably got about another 2 hours before it goes dark. I haven't built a torch yet. And I remember my first time playing, I didn't realize like how hard it was going to be, or like what I needed to build a torch. And like, I'm running around like happy-go-lucky Drax, and sure enough, damn sun sets. It's pitch. There's no moon. Just pitch black. Couldn't see a thing. All right, we can do another one of these. Oh, we can do another. Hey, we got all of them now. So now we got even more room. And then these cattails can actually be harvested and cooked for food, like in a pinch. So something to remember. Like if you're out and you can't find anything to eat, you can pull these out of the ground, start a quick fire. They don't fill you up a lot, but they could save your life. So take note. Take note. All right, this isn't the most exciting thing in the world to do, but trust me, later on, I will be thanking my lucky stars that I pulled them all. All right, we've got 29 of them. There's plenty more here, which is great. We started, I think the server world we started, and we couldn't find any. We had to run such a far place just to find some of them. And then we like did what I always do, which is like way overcompensate. We went from like having none to having like 300, which wasn't bad. I was very happy about it. All right, yeah, we are burning fuel a lot faster. All right, so let's put these, I don't know where yet, because I don't know where we're going to put the house, but we're going to put these right in here. And I think we'll start the house maybe a little bit up here so we can kind of see. Maybe we take that part of that mountain off over there, that little hill, and put it up there. I don't know. But that's for the next episode. Yeah, thanks for joining me in this first episode. I'm going to do these weekly. They're going to be about 30 minutes, and I think sometimes we'll achieve a lot and sometimes we'll achieve very little. This is a very good start for us. We found a bunch of food. We found a trader, which is amazing. We've got our reeds going. We have all the baskets, and we found a place where we're going to put our home. I'm guessing we're going to live inside that hill for the first night, but that's for the next time. Hey, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'm live over there on Twitch. Go check that out as well, and I will see you next time. The video's over. Now it's time for you to do your part. Follow, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.